So like the night's building up, everyone's going crazy, and all of a sudden it breaks down. It's like, oh shit, big pimpin', and people are kind of two-stepping, grinding on their girls and stuff. And then all of a sudden, like, you start hearing one more time, and someone's like, is that one more time? And all of a sudden it's like, one more time, and like the crowd's like, oh shit, and then so they stop grinding and like just like jump up in the air and like throw their hands.
We close about that. Yo, is that one more time?
Yeah.
It is, but I will say this, and Kurt and I have a little, this is something that we debate on. Kurt, his style of mixing, because he came from like drum and bass and a lot of that, like how he actually did house and stuff before I was even doing dance music. He likes to mix things together for an extended period of time, so you can actually hear this song and that song together. My personal style of mixing that I like is because in the club, like what I like is when I get surprised, you know? Not even like, is that one more time? Just all of a sudden it's like, and it's like, one more time, you're like, what? Like, one more time like that? You know? So like, there's different styles of, and approaches, and we are both very different people and DJs. And so we might play the same songs, but completely different in style and how we approach them. And I think that's worked to our advantage as well, as far as like keeping the sets fun. Because if he does this mix one night, it's gonna sound different than if I do that mix. You know, like the way I present it is a little different. I'll cut it in and out a couple times or whatever. And he'll like maybe blend and like he'll whatever. If should load up the vocal samples real quick. The like don't stop, all that stuff. If we're playing like an extended mix, like he was saying, I might have 2 records going, and I'm blending them and keeping them on time. I know this isn't a DJ class, but basically just to like make it real simple, like the basics of DJing and like blending songs. There's a tempo, which you see. Oh, let me move the cursor.
Oh, yeah, that's this one right here.
Oh, right there. Okay, the tempo you see where the cursor is right there. That's 128. What that is 128 beats per minute or BPM. So that's that's like the foundation of knowing.
Deep.
Yeah, I know. That's the foundation of blending songs, though. The songs have to have similar beats per minute. And then on the turntables, you can see this is a digital representation of it. But if you see this little area right here, that's a pitch, and what that does is speed up or slow down the record. So if a record's 130 beats per minute, you can blend it with something that's 120. You just have to speed one up and slow one down. You get them to mix together. Anyways, forgot where I was even going with that. Oh, what we'll be doing is I'll be mixing 2 records, and which totally takes my attention. It's all me. So I'm working. Kurt's over here. A lot of times, in that period, there won't be any words or anything in the music, and Kurt will chop up vocal samples over top what I'm doing to kind of keep it a little bit more interesting. So.
And this is kind of like the more American take on like DJing and stuff, because over in Europe and stuff, they'll play like an hour-long set with no words at all. But like here, like I don't know, something about people in America, they just want that familiarity of it. And so like
and the attention span is a little bit lower. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I grew up on Nickelodeon, SNCC. I was a cable kid, so I need that like fast-paced like action. Hence the fact that Kurt and I and Girl Talk, for instance, have a career. People need to like have like everything all at once. So go ahead, hit it.
So I'll actually do it over one more time. So this is so yeah, like he was saying, there'll be like a track going, and I'll play. What I did is I made this little like sample thing right here. So I cut up. Whoop, there it is. So I got it. Party people! And I'll trigger it with this thing live, and so I can hit these pads to play it. But I'll just do it on the keyboard right now. So I'll chop it up. Like, and then every now and then I'll drop the. And so that's familiar. So like right now there'd be a downtime in music. So this is going. You get the gist. But anyway, that's another little thing too.
Yeah, I mean really, as far as our performance goes, like another thing that set us apart a little bit, especially in the beginning, was that we had 4 turntables, and there was 2 of us doing this thing at one time. Where, I mean, there was like if you guys know scratch stuff or DJ stuff like that, there was groups like the Executioners and Scratch Pickles and a couple other DJ groups where there'd be 4 guys up on stage cutting and scratching at the same time, but it would be like really deep. It wasn't really about the party. It was more just about like performance and battling. And they were actually competing with each other and competing with other people. As far as party rock stuff goes, there were only a few people at the time who were doing it. We were one. The other was Hollytronics, which is a group from Philly, which consisted of Diplo and this guy named Low Budget. And then the other group was called Too Many DJs, and they were producers from, where are they from? They from Germany?
No, they're from like
London?
UK somewhere.
UK anyways. And they were doing it, but they weren't, those guys weren't really doing it in a live capacity. They were more making mixtapes and whatever. So Kurt and I took sort of our stance on it. The thing that says, as far as we were able to do it live. So we'd make these mixtapes that are chopping up all crazy, like girl talk, like all 5 different like acapellas, whatever, going through different songs real quick. And we'd actually be able to, up there, instead of just being in front of behind a computer playing it, we were actually like making it happen like live off of records and stuff. So I think that really helped us out as well.
Mike, take us to some music shit so we can talk about some music stuff.
We're talking about like production or?
I don't know, what,
Let's hear some more examples of stuff.
of what, of like, just like genres and what do you?
do something with another Little John track? No,
Don't do the Act a Fool thing.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, you talking about the Sigur Rós thing?
What about the Outcast track?
Outcast,
Bombs Over That Bad.
We did that live, that wasn't a track that we put
Yeah, that
out.
wasn't recorded.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, we did like, I guess for that question, like, yeah, well, we'll put like live, like we have the vocals of Bombs Over Baghdad, so.
Islam National Underground Thunderpounds when I stop the ground.
Whatever.
Like
I mean, you guys know that, and then of course you know the hooker, like Bombs Over Baghdad. So we'll play that over like something else, like another dance track that there isn't any lyrics, or while Josh is mixing 2 songs together, like there'll be one beat and another beat, and then I'll be mixing this vocal over the top of that. It's just like another way of lyrics and stuff. But I guess I'll take it back then, even to like, maybe you were even referring to this, but we did this Overnight Star track, which was just like a mashup, but that started out with Josh and I in his room.
Before you even started, back in my room. That when we were talking before about just kind of like like he was talking about joking, just kind of feeding off each other, like whatever. Our name came from that. It was just a couple people. We were just hanging out. And we were just bullshitting, like throwing some ideas out, and just like joking, like making like just different joke words and shit. And that came out of that. With this mix that he's about to play for you guys, we were in the little room practicing and playing records, and like he put on the acapella for Overnight Celebrity, and it was just playing. We were both like looking for stuff, like looking for something to play. And then I grabbed the original Sigur Rós song, which is called Star Off 4, and I just put it on over it. It was a fucking joke. I was just like, right, Sigur Rós, let's do it. And I put it together, and then we both kind of looked at each other like, that sounds kind of good. We like kept it going, and they worked really well in parallel with each other. So after that, we were like, yo, like, tomorrow let's get up and like actually try and put this down. And so we went over to Kurt's house, and like he was working on like a little PC, was it like this little shitty computer back then?
Dell.
It was a Dell. And so we recorded it and put it on our MySpace page. And that was like the invention of our MySpace page. We're like, oh, here, now we have a song. You know, we'll put that out. And like, it's crazy because that song did wonders for us. You know, it took a night to make, one night, seriously.
What did you say, overnight?
It happened overnight.
Just like,
Anyways,
But
yeah, play it for us.
anyway, so that's all it was, yeah. And we put another beat behind it in the studio. That was it.
The way we mold 'em right. I made you a celebrity, yo.
And I know Kurt was joking, but like, it really did become a little bit of like an anthem for us in the sense that like, I'm not saying we're celebrities. I'm just saying that we are professionals. We do this for a living, and we can actually like tour, make a career, unfortunately for us, have a little bit of a following. And he was working at Whole Foods before, and I was putting up posters in like venues. Like, we were just working 9 to 5s, man, just getting by. And like, this song, it really did a lot for us, man. It was the first thing that people could hear and like attach our name to it outside of a party. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's only so much that a party can do. Like, MTV covered it and they showed it, so people wanted to book us. But as far as people actually like listening to us on their iPods or something, you know, having some sort of way to be like, oh, this is Flosstradamus outside of a club. This was it for us.
And this was also pre like blogs being huge for music. Like this was like just like right before that. Right when we started doing stuff and making these little edits and mixes and stuff, because like we weren't really producers before this. We're just starting to become producers. Like